Hi everyone, this is Emmy. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet a no-slip dish towel hanger for the oven door. So let's get started. And this is what it's going to look like. You're going to have just this little rectangle with a loop at each end. And I worked mine until it was 3.5 inches. And you may need more or less according to the size of the handle on your oven door. So let's get started. To make this easy kitchen towel holder, I'm working with worsted weight yarn and a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. Start with a slip knot and work a foundation chain to any width that you would like. And I'm going to crochet a foundation chain of 12. When you have your foundation chain the length that you would like, single crochet in the second stitch from the hook, and in each of the stitches all the way across the row. All the way across the row. Okay, I worked all the way across the row, and I have 11 stitches across the row. So now I'm going to work a chain, and it's going to be 1 stitch less than I have across the row. So I'm going to chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now I'm going to come over to the other side, and I'm going to slip stitch into that very first stitch. Like that. Now I'm going to chain 1 and turn, and working in the second stitch from the hook, I'm going to single crochet in each of the stitches all the way across the row. All the way across the row. Okay, I worked all the way across the row. I'm going to add 1 extra stitch in the last stitch, so that now I have 11 stitches across the row, which is the same as this row. So now for every row, until you have the needed number of rows, I'm going to chain 1 and turn, single crochet in the second stitch from the hook, and in each of the stitches all the way across the row. And I'm going to repeat this row over and over. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to work all the way across, and then I'm going to work row after row until I have this to the correct length. Like that. So I'm going to go ahead and work row after row until I have the length that I need. Okay, I've gone ahead and I've worked as many rows as I would like. So now I'm going to work a chain of 10, just like I have here. So I'll work a chain of 10 and connect it here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I'm going to come all the way over to the other side and slip stitch like that. Now I'm going to chain 1 and turn, and I'm going to work 11 single crochet across the chain. So anywhere across the row I'm going to add 1 extra stitch. So I'm going to start in the second stitch from the hook, and I'm going to single crochet in each of the stitches all the way across the row. Like that, all the way across the row. Okay, I worked all the way across the row, and that's what that looks like. So now I'm going to fasten off. I'm going to thread my yarn end into a needle. And I'm going to weave back through the work. I'm going to go in one direction, back into the other direction, and back again for a third time. And then I'll make sure that that doesn't come back out. Trim off the yarn end. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this other side. And there's what the finished hanger will look like. You'll pass it over your oven handle, pass the top loop through the bottom one, and then just pull it snug, like that. And then you can pass the dishcloth through this loop, like that, and no more dishcloths on the floor. So there you go. That's how easy it is to crochet this dishcloth holder for the oven door. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.